relentless rage.
I assume it happened right here.
Leaves the father of 9 shot dead.
I leave the gun and don't be like.
And threatens to tear a family apart.
You telling me for a fact you will?
But first,
She's wrapped up in a blanket. Got blood around her head.
a woman is found dumped in a hospital parking lot.
And here's our car. I'm trying to get out of there.
After someone she trusts
This report is from 2015. Slammed her to the side of the van, began choking her.
crosses the line.
I have heard from him the words out of his mouth. I will kill you, bitch.
For homicide detectives, their chance of solving a murder is cut in half if they don't get a lead within the first 48 hours. At a hospital downtown,
911, do you need police and paramedical?
Please.
a security guard calls 911.
Marlene got right now. You just found a body out in the parking lot.
When patrol arrives, they find a woman wrapped in blankets, dead.
Basically, what we got right now is she's wrapped in a blanket. It's wet. There's grass kind of wrapped up in the blanket with her.
Okay.
She got one left side of her neck. I don't know.
She's lost a lot of blood.
Got blood around her head, blood all in her hair. It looks like there's almost a little bruising right there.
Right.
Hopefully there's an ID on her. At this point, I'm going to call the lab to come try to print her.
The team hopes to identify the victim through her
He said he glanced over here and saw a black male standing over here with a blanket next to the white car. He said they have people over here all the time, so he really paid much attention. Next thing you know, look, saw hers. I wonder how many cameras they have over that parking lot.
Someone's over there now.
Yep. It's 720, here we go. They're not bad cameras, man. They just have bad angles to them, and then they rotate. I haven't seen a panning system in a long time. It's kind of a luck of the draw if it panned at the same time. Our victim was dumped. We know she was dropped off. According to witnesses, it's a white car and the black male standing next to the car with blankets in his hand. There we go. Time says 2:50.
13 minutes before security called 911.
So that's when it shows up.
A white sedan parks where the victim was dumped.
That's him.
That's him. See, now the lights are off. There's some movement going on in that car.
They're just trying to get her wrapped up so they can dump her.
God dang.
Just outside Mobile, in the town of Pritchard, dispatch gets a report of a man shot outside a house.
He got shot in the yard. He said it is life-threatening. Should I go ahead and start using transportation?
Before police and EMS arrive, family members rush the victim to the hospital.
Okay, advise the victim to 10:30.
But he doesn't make it.
Yes, sir.
Pritchard Homicide starts working nothing the case. But 7 hours later,
We're on the very, very end of our jurisdiction, right on the border of Pritchard.
Apparently it was actually in our jurisdiction, so now we're taking over the investigation.
We're kind of late to the game here.
All we know so far is that we got one victim deceased from Joe Dickerson.
37-year-old Joe Dickerson was born and raised in Pritchard. A car enthusiast, Joe hoped to take over his grandfather's garage. He leaves behind 9 children.
We know the victim's injured.
Joe was shot once in the abdomen.
I assume it happened right here.
Looks like 4 casings.
What other cases? He had the time of the shoot.
So this guy,
After Mobile detectives arrived on scene, a witness came forward. He's agreed to talk at homicide.
We kind of just got handed a jumble of information, not really sure what occurred. So maybe this guy can shed some light on what happened. The night is young, let me tell you that. Alright, man. I'm Detective Barnes, Detective Birch. Tell me what's going on, man.
Around town because of my good, he got out of jail. Like, he didn't deserve it.
So tell me about what happened.
I went in the yard exactly when this shit happened. All this caused him to come down the street.
He says he pulled up to the house moments after the shooting.
But I see him run like this with a gun in his hand coming down the street.
You saw who were running with?
Yeah.
And what's his real name?
I know about Didion Fox. And my cousin. Both of my cousins. They call it D. He just got out of prison.
Little D?
Yeah.
And so you're saying that he was...
This shit. I seen the gun in his hand.
And what kind of gun?
You know, Clint Eastwood, I feel like way out.
Did you hear the shots?
I really haven't read you.
You tell...
Let me ask you this. Who was actually at the house when the shooting occurred?
I couldn't see her leg out in the hall.
He gives detectives the name of another cousin who saw little D and Joe arguing.
When was that?
They said at least pop up. Pop up.
Does it say what the argument's about?
Only D was mad because the cousin came better than him.
He was jealous?
Of his own kid.
Well, what would make him so jealous?
cousin Joe, because he makes more money.
So they both sell drugs?
Yeah.
They're both in the drug game. And he's mad because he's doing better at it. Well, that's
It's been going on for like 2 years.
Who all lives at that house?
He says the house belongs to his grandmother.
Yeah, but it's just a nice little There's a couple people that was, I think that, but really I want to tell y'all, but I'm trying to make it say something out. Joe didn't deserve that, man. And man, he hustled every day, even though he was wrong, but to take care of his children. Football practices, games, he did it. He didn't deserve to get shut down in it.
I got
Give me a call then.
This is the cousin of both the victim and the suspect.
Lead Detective Jermaine Rogers arrives after speaking with other family members at the hospital.
He observed the suspect, Little D, running from the side of the house with a small caliber weapon.
What's that guy's name? Like Fox.
When Rogers looks the man up, he finds 34-year-old Ernesto DeLeon Fox.
All it is arrest records are basically drugs. Who's gonna think problem?
Yeah, we gotta find it. Wait a minute. You ready?
Yeah. The team heads out to search for the cousin who witnessed the argument. "13 hours in,
Hopefully, he can tell exactly what's going on.
detectives track down the cousin at a store near the crime scene.
All right, I'm Detective Rogers. My partner, no. You know what we down here for?
You sure?
What you able to tell me about that?
Miss Lady. Lady standing in the yard.
What was Lil D saying to you?
About what we got into about it?
Yeah.
About $2, $10. He was saying my name like that, and everybody gonna pay me that old man. I'm just sitting up. You running your mouth, you do it right now. He took all because you know what I'm buying.
He says Little D backed down.
He don't take this shit towards Joe.
So what was he saying to Joe then?
He said he gonna kill him.
Over what?
He don't like him, period, that's it. Because Joe don't have no money, because Joe ain't these bitches. Must be my friend. But Joe ain't even that wrong. Just did that around every time he been on 8th Street. Then he get his strap, he'll be back. Going to get bills. Joe rich dog. So, I want you to still get a soda.
He says he walked to a store on the corner.
When I got up the door, the D had already dipped off.
What about after that?
I'm coming out the store. I heard Cole shots in like one, like, then he goes, I don't know, something that happened to probably Joe. I know he premeditated it because he didn't want to do this.
But you didn't see the shooting at all, yours? Before the shots took place, who was still in the yard?
Don't want to blow it up.
In the Tulsa murder of an unidentified woman, detectives from security cameras caught the killer, leaving her body in a hospital parking lot.
He's probably just trying to just get the body wrapped up to get it dumped out.
The security camera pans away before the suspect gets out.
And boom, he was gone. And there she is. You picked the exact time. And here's our car. I'm trying to get out of there. I would say 2 seconds earlier, we've gotten a tag. I'll go to another camera. This doesn't pan.
254-40 is when he's going to turn west, and then disappears. We back that up to the actual car.
Hey, look. Hard to say. I mean, why drive to the hospital? What are you doing? You clearing your conscience?
Yeah.
It's gonna come together, right, Paul?
We got to get her identified, because until then, we don't know who to talk to or why to talk to them.
A few hours later,
So I went to the autopsy. Once they were able to clean her body up, you could see she was shot. There's soot all around it. Looks like she was shot from a pretty close distance. The thing that kills her that hits the jugular. Alright. I got an email from our lab guy.
The crime lab got a match on the victim's fingerprints.
Mary Sue DeWeese.
49-year-old Mary Sue DeWeese Loving was born and raised in Tulsa. She leaves behind 3 children.
Well, now that we've got our victim identified, we're going to start figuring out where she lives and who she hangs out with, and hopefully figure out who she's having issues with.
Leatherman looks up Mary Sue in the database.
Billy Lynn Roach? He's a black male that she's had a domestic with in the past. This report is from 2015. Lynn came to the door, minivan, trying to break the window. He was able to open the door and pulled her out by her hair, punched her in the left eye, slammed her into the side of the van, began choking her.
The charges were dropped against Roach when Mary Sue failed to appear in court. His previous convictions for larceny and drug possession.
He's definitely someone we're going to have to talk to. Looks like she's got a son.
Leatherman finds an address for the son's employer.
We figured out who her son is, and Jason and I are going to head to make contact with him and see if he can give us some information of where his mom lives, who she's living with, stuff like that. Hey, we're detectives. Where can we talk to you at? Is Mary Sue your mom?
Yes, she is.
Man, there's no easy way to say this. She's been killed. She was shot this morning. Is she dating someone? Is she married to someone?
She's still married to my stepdad, but I've known they've had problems for years.
And who's that?
Eileen Group.
He gives Leatherman the address.
Okay. Thanks, man. The address we have for her sounds like that's where the stepdad's still living.
I think we should run up there.
The car's not here. There's some blood.
There's a lot of blood on the steps.
Well, I'm gonna go type a search warrant for this place. So I got a search warrant signed for Roach's house. We'll go clear the house safely. I'm ready whenever you are. Los Police search warrant! There's blood all over that porch. House is secure.
Eileen Roach is not inside. In the living room, detectives find blood.
There's the casing.
And a single .380 shell casing.
We got a pillowcase. Has the same pattern on it as the sheet that she was wrapped up in.
Then,
How are you, ma'am?
a woman approaches detectives and says she used to date Roach.
You and him kind of were dating off and on at times.
Yeah. How long should I go? A year. What kind of car does he have? My car. White.
Is it in your name?
Yeah.
You gotta take a group.
Warren pulls up a picture of the white car seen in the hospital surveillance video.
Is that your car? Yeah.
So if you had to find him, where would you start looking?
I don't know.
Okay.
With the owner of the white Acura identified, Leatherman puts out a bull rope for the car. no sign of the white Acura.
Last night on the phone, the family gave us a little information about where to find a close friend. She went back over to Roach's. Hey, how are you? I'm working Mary's case, and I know she was here the other night.
Yes. It was night before last, and she left here about 4 till 2 a.m. She was arguing with Lee on the phone, I guess.
She says Mary Sue called Roach by his nickname, Lee.
There wasn't something right about her. I kept asking her what was going on, and she wouldn't tell me. She had been to Lee's house.
Okay.
I don't know if this means anything or not. I have heard the man. The words out of his mouth. I will kill you, bitch.
In the Mobile murder of Joe Dickerson, detectives identified a possible suspect, Joe's cousin, Ernesto Little D. Fox. Now, they need to find an eyewitness to the shooting.
You probably know why I was running, man.
Where's he staying at?
He probably over there, yo. I'm gonna try to get back on you.
He says his brother might be hanging out at the family house where the shooting occurred.
They took a great name. He had no being doing like that. But Joe, family man, took care of children. Did him. I don't know what it is, like hate him so much. You know what I'm saying? Like he's just like he got a demon in him.
Alright. Appreciate it, man. Another case of family killing family. It's horrible. We're gonna find the guys that was in the yard. We're going back to the crime scene where the homicide occurred.
As detectives arrive,
Can you come talk to me?
they find the possible eyewitness,
Alright, thank you.
and he agrees to talk at homicide.
He's stuck in a hard spot right now. Man, they have 2 cousins. One of them is deceased, and the other one is going to be facing prison time. Hopefully they had the heart to tell exactly what happened. Do you know what we're here for?
Yeah. Murder my cousin.
I know that something's going to be hard to talk about, but Joe's going to need your help to tell what happened. Whenever you're ready, start from the beginning.
Look, dude. He just did not like Joe. Nobody knew, figured out why. He been drinking all that morning. And he was all the whole day. And he kind of, I don't know, I just started talking. You know what I'm saying? How people want money, all this stuff. And then that's when my brother said,
He says Little D started arguing with his brother.
it was like he was ready to fight him. And my brother was like confronting a little bit. So he kind of calmed it out some, just a little bit, you know. Then that's when it switched to Joe. They started threatening Joe. Like, if you mind here, when I get back, I'm gonna gun you down. He disappeared for a while. And that's when I believe he got access to a gun. I mean, my uncle said, my instincts kind of told me just stand there.
Yeah.
I don't know why. But just weird, out of nowhere, the front door swung open. And I saw his arm come out the house with the pistol and shot Joe like that.
In the Tulsa murder of Mary Sue Louise Loving, detectives just learned her estranged husband, Illy Roach, allegedly threatened to kill Mary Sue in the past.
In the past, when you heard him say, "I'm gonna kill you, bitch," you heard him say that more than once, or just that time?
More than once.
Okay. I appreciate you meeting me, and take care of yourself, okay? She confirms that Mary was over at this house shortly before she was killed. She told us that Roach in the past has told Mary that I'll kill you, bitch. Hopefully we're able to get him off the streets.
As the first 48 winds down,
Court documents now reveal Mary Sue Loving was shot inside her home, and investigators' warrant has now been issued for Illy Lynn Roach.
in the first 48, Tulsa homicide responded to the murder of Mary Sue Louise Loving, found shot and dumped in a parking lot. Learned Mary Sue was allegedly assaulted in the past by her estranged husband, Illy Len Roach. Searched their home and found blood and a .380 shell casing. Put out a bolo for Roach and the white Acura caught on video at the crime scene, but had been unable to find him. Overnight,
The car was down close to the sister's house.
patrol officers found the white Acura near the suspect's sister's home.
I spoke with our suspect's sister. She stated that he showed up yesterday evening. Appeared that he'd been sleeping outside. She said he was hungry, he needed water. She said, "Hey, I don't want to be involved in this, but what happened?" And he said it was an accident. He kept saying it was just an accident. She said, "Well, we need to turn yourself in. You need to turn yourself in." He said, "No." So they made him a turkey sandwich, and he took off walking back toward the northwest.
That's good news. That shows us that he's still in town. Is that Roach? No.
I didn't know the guy.
Nobody seems to know where he's at right now.
After searching for Illy Len Roach for 6 weeks without any luck,
I was at the house and got a message that Mr. Roach has been spotted.
the team gets a Crime Stoppers tip that Roach is hiding out in an abandoned trailer in North Tulsa.
Hopefully, Mr. Roach is there and we can get him in custody safely.
Officers search the trailer for a .380 handgun, but it's nowhere to be found.
Someone drive him downtown and we'll see if he'll talk. Thank you, guys. After a standoff here, he decided to come out and he's in custody and nobody else got hurt, so I'm happy.
Alright, so, obviously we're here because Mary has died. So, man, tell me, what do you know about that? What is she doing? How did it happen? The gun went off and it shot her. Who made the gun go off?
In the Mobile murder of Joe Dickerson, Detective Jermaine Rogers has finally found an eyewitness that says little D pulled the trigger.
After the first shot, you heard a couple more shots. Joe was looking towards the street.
So he didn't see it coming.
jealousy.
Okay. He's actually up closer to the suspect. Interviewing him, he just broke down in the beginning. And you can tell that he was probably replaying that whole situation in his head. He knew that Joe didn't deserve it at all. Hey, he called you about that murder from yesterday.
Rogers calls the district attorney.
Right, the two cousins. And Lil D said, when I get back, I'm gonna gun you down. All right, cool. We got murdered for Lil D. We've been working on this case for 24 hours straight. Got like 5 missed calls from my wife. So, hopefully I get home and the locks isn't changed. Get some sleep in and start back at it tomorrow.
As the last 5 hours of the first 48 slip away,
now we just have to put hands on him.
The search kicks off for Little D. Responded to the murder of Joe Dickerson, shot in a family member's front yard as Little D, threatened to shoot him after an argument. Interviewed another family member who witnessed Little D shoot Joe, and got a warrant for Little D's arrest. After 3 months with no sign of Little D,
it was me.
He turns himself in.
Man, you know what we're here to talk about?
Yes, sir.
We're stopping right now. Stop.
I'm no, it's so close. I got this lawyer to the cop.
Lil D took his own cousin's life, in which I believe it was over jealousy. Joe said nothing to deserve for his life to be taken. This case was pretty tough for the family. In this case, we got a cousin that lost his life, and you have the other cousin that's going to prison.
Years after Joe's murder.
Today is Joe's 40th birthday. Would have been his 40th birthday.
This a letter to my daddy. It's by my sister and my brother. It's from Daddy, this Kobe, I love you.
The hardest part is the kids, you know. My 6-year-old daughter, she'll get in her feelings and she'll be like, I can't wait till my daddy come back. Like they get to you. You know what to say after that.
Y'all ready? On count of 3. Happy birthday, Joe. 1, 2,
3. In the Tulsa murder of Mary Sue Deweese Loving, Detective Ronnie Leatherman meets her estranged husband, Eiley Roach, to tell him how Mary Sue ended up dead.
How did it happen? How did this gun just go off?
They kicked the table. We had gloves. I was just a mad dog that, you know, and everybody knows me and Mary, we argue all the time.
I've heard that. Where were you at when it went off?
Center side. Locked.
Okay. So what happened after the gun went off?
First, I didn't know she was shot. And I realized she really is. She's not faking. Blood coming out. A lot of blood. She was saying something, but I couldn't get it. I started taking her out, trying to take her out myself to the car.
Okay.
And drove her to the hospital.
Okay. What happened once you got to the hospital?
First, I made sure she was still, that I could still feel her heart. I went around to the other side of the car and got out of the car.
Where did you leave her at?
Broken up.
Why haven't you turned yourself in?
I was thinking they're probably just gonna give me life or death or something like that.
I appreciate you talking to me. It's tough for me to completely believe that just kicking the gun and it goes off. It'll play itself out in court.
After Mary Sue's death.
This is Adelia, the youngest of the grandkids. My mom was waiting for her to show up. When she found out it was a girl, she goes, "That's my little girl."
Mom, she was a good woman at heart. She always tried to do her best. Everything changed when she met Lynn. That's where she got talked into doing stuff that she wasn't supposed to.
This is the last picture of all of us together.
Mom, she was a short little thing. She had her kids there, and her first grandbaby.